Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ketogenic Fasting Project. My name is Tom, and this, in case you guys don't know, is Winnie the Pooh. Special guest today. This was actually a toy I had when I was a little kid. I found it in a barrel my mom had packed, kids' toys. So you even got a little music box in it. So, anyways, I brought him in to demonstrate the point that one of the problems we might have with eating meat is how we've been conditioned from the time we're children. I know that when I was a kid, I saw movies like Bambi and the book Watership Down, which I think there was a animated version of that came out. And then lots of these cartoons and movies and stuff like that, you know, a lot of human qualities are given to animals. Of course, a lot of us keep pets. We were talking about this in a Facebook group, particularly like in the movie where Bambi's mom gets shot and by some relatively anonymous but somewhat evil hunter. Kills Bambi's mom, and then Bambi's left to fend for herself. And I think that all of that kind of lends itself to us wanting to distance ourselves from eating animals. We want to give them human qualities. We want to treat them like pets. We want to treat them like human beings. We want to think that humans are always cruel to animals. But I think really human beings are actually kinder than nature is. In nature, animals are killed in all sorts of horrible ways all the time. And even though human beings are capable of cruelty for sure, I think the vast majority of people are kind to animals and want animals to, have a good quality of life and stuff like that. But I think it's a deep-seated sort of inclination that humans are bad and that animals are good, and eating them is somehow wrong is part of the problem. I think that's one of the reasons why obviously a lot of people go vegan. They say they do it for ethical reasons. They say they do it because of animal suffering. But I also know a few people who went vegetarian or vegan because they're worried about heart disease or cancer that runs in their family. I've heard more than one, and I can't blame people for believing that or thinking that, because it's been reinforced in so many ways. We hear all these reports about magic chemicals and plants and micronutrients. Even in a lot of the ketogenic books talk about all these herbs and stuff being loaded with all these micronutrients that are supposed to be health promoting or disease preventing or disease reversing or something like that. I often think about that scene in the movie with Sean Connery where he's in the jungle and he's like, oh, I found the cure for cancer and I lost it, and we think about all these cures coming from the Amazon or something like that. And of course, I believe penicillin was originally derived from a type of fungus, not from the Amazon apparently, but a forest in Norway or something like that. But we think that there's like some cure, some balance of nature, that even though there's problems, nature provides some sort of cure, and this cure is usually in the form of some sort of plant. Some magic berry you're supposed to eat, some magic fruit you're supposed to eat, some magic herb you're supposed to ingest somehow. But I think really the deception is that human beings evolved to have a meat-based diet, and it's the departure from the meat-based diet that has allowed this intrusion of diseases. I think that people not eating enough animal protein, in particularly joint tissue, is probably one of the reasons why so many people have joint diseases. So many people need knee replacements, hip replacements, because their body's not able to repair the joints because it doesn't have enough of the right materials at hand. And it also a high carbohydrate diet tends to lend itself to chronic inflammation, which also tends to affect joints. And of course, the low hanging fruit is always that, type 2 diabetes doesn't really exist for people who don't eat carbohydrates. It tends to go away very rapidly. And diseases like that are at the core of the healthcare crisis, So when you see a nice fluffy stuffed animal, I know my girlfriend really likes pigs. This is a stuffed animal pig I saw somewhere. See if I can get him on camera. And I got it for her, and I get it. It's a cute little animal. And it's nice to think of Wilbur, or who's the movie about the pig, the cartoon about the pig? I'm not even sure. But then there was the pig from Green Acres, they get these personalities, And so even for people who don't have a pet pig or something like that, we don't realize that these have been our food all along, It doesn't mean we have to be cruel to them. Doesn't mean they can't be pets. It's just how things were long before we got here, So with all these messages out there about saving the planet and doing what's right for your health and eating healthy and stuff like that, this whole idea of eating plants all the time is overgrown. And really, I think what it comes down to when it comes to eating plants, it's really about how much an individual can tolerate. It's not about how much an individual can force into their diet. I don't think people are meant to be eating salads every day, or, I mean, I consider myself a full-time carnivore, but I did have a lettuce-wrapped burger. I have eaten some avocados, some guacamole here and there. I had this burger last night, and it came with some fries, and I actually did taste the fries. But I'm not going to eat many of them because I know that they're fried in seed oil, and I consider that more of a problem than some potato. A little potato once in a while probably won't hurt anybody, but I don't really think it's a good choice to eat something like that every day or even every week. So I'm not saying that diet is how the diet has to be for everyone else, but I don't think that that's how human beings were designed to run. So I don't think all the sugar and starch and basically all these carbohydrates are really what the machinery of a human being was designed for. Those are kind of more backup fuel sources. Here's another example. I always joked about monkeys. I think I got this for my birthday with a hat, which it's hot where I live, so I really don't wear hats, maybe occasionally. But so when I put a sock monkey hat on a sock monkey, that's actually not really a sock monkey. It's art imitating life. It's a couple steps removed. And we put the hat on, it's about probably 3 steps removed. But anyways, monkeys aren't humans. Monkeys eat other monkeys. Monkeys would probably eat people. We know very well that monkeys will kill human beings, particularly chimps or anything bigger, because they're much stronger. They really don't want the competition. As much as they spend most of their time eating fruit, twigs, and leaves and stuff like that, they do eat meat as well. And I think that, whenever it happened that we came down out of the trees, or the trees started disappearing on the African savanna, we started foraging for meat, we started eating leftover, I don't know, muskox or monkeys or whatever that the other predators didn't eat. So we probably kind of started as scavengers, and then we learned to hunt. And then when we lived close to water, we ate the fish and the mussels and stuff. And the world is full of archaeological sites where humans and pre-humans habitated those sites, left behind the bones and the shells and the stone artifacts, and also the human remains. And contrary to popular belief, DNA can be extracted. nitrogen isotopes, carbon isotopes. All this stuff can be isolated in the fossil record. There's collagen that gets preserved oftentimes. Of course, when you get really lucky, you find some teeth that are well preserved. You know, this happens a lot, especially like in caves and stuff where there isn't soil there to eat away at the bone. And then we have a good record of not only who they were, but what they ate and what their food ate. And that's how we know. Man would go around scavenging animal flesh that other predators had killed, smashing open bones, eating the marrow, eating the brains, and then living off fish and mussels, and then learning to hunt. And we evolved to have a shoulder that could throw a spear, throw a rock, smash with a rock. And that's how we became such great hunters. You know, we stood upright, we could see over the grass, we could run away from things, we could run towards things. And I don't know, like if you've seen that video with the guys stealing meat from lions, it's really no mystery how we came to be meat eaters. But this happened over millions of years, long before all these modern agricultural crops were ever dreamed up, much less anybody was eating them. And I think that's the thing. If you go back and you look at the science, you'll see it's pretty clear. We're meat eaters. And eating plants, we eat plants at our own peril, to be honest with you. So anyhow, that's what I was talking about. I know we were talking about this in one of the Facebook groups, and then Bobby Guy had a video. I think he was reviewing a movie like Bambi or something. I saw it not too long ago, and he was kind of touching on the same idea of anthropomorphizing animals, you know, making them more human-like and making it seem, you know, it contributing to our reluctance to eat meat and in the environment that encourages people to eat plant-based diets. But I think we're going to find out that a meat-based diet is a healthy diet. It's a diet that does not promote heart disease and cancer. And that's why I make videos like this, to get the word out, so that people who aren't doing well, or people who want to do better, who are sick, know that there's more information out there. There's a lot to consume. And in a world where fake meat is making it onto all the fast food restaurant menus these days, look at the ingredient list on that. I don't know anybody who thinks eating fake food is a good idea, and somehow people are investing millions of dollars to pay restaurants to put this stuff on their menu. They're doing fancy TV commercials, magazine ads, advertising in the windows of the restaurants and stuff like that. And I don't know why anybody would think it was a good idea to try and make something fake that's less healthy than the original, you know. And it's not more affordable by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know why you need to mix a bunch of plants and fake chemicals together to make something more expensive when you can just eat the real thing. So in that world of craziness where, you know, food marketing has really jumped the shark, and I don't know why people would pay more money to eat less healthy food that doesn't taste as good. The whole idea of trying to make fake meat, I mean, if you're gonna give up meat, just go eat all the fancy fruits and vegetables out there. You know, there's tons of them. You know, why try and fake meat? If you really want to eat meat, it's probably because it's healthy for you. You know, everybody knows if you eat a gallon of ice cream, you're just going to get sick. But you can eat a pound of meat and you'll just feel better. So I say stick with the food that makes you feel better. Don't eat the fake food. Don't eat the sugar. Stay away from the seed oils or vegetable oils. And see you online. Come join us at Autistic Carnivores on Facebook, the Ketogenic Fasting Project on Facebook. carnivores beating autoimmune disease and all kinds of other ones, the super secret meat cult, and so on and so forth. Please give my videos a like, leave your comments, pass the links on to people whom it might help, and I appreciate any support I can get. Thanks for watching.